right, gang. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So check it out. So the cool thing about learning this information, it helps you understand the perspective that the Bible is being written from. Okay. So when we read in the Bible about the Battle of Jericho, you're getting the human perspective, right? It's two levels of perspective that's going on at the same time. Okay, just follow me, please. So, first, you got Anunnaki versus Anunnaki. Okay, in an aerial battle. You got the Elamites versus the Enkites. Okay? So you got the Anunnaki versus Anunnaki battle going on. But you also got the Earthling versus Earthling battle going on at the same time. Because each Anunnaki has a group of Earthlings that's assigned to them, okay, that they take into battle, okay? So the Elamites took their Earthlings into battle, okay? Now, for those that don't know, who did I tell you was Enlil's chosen people? Who was Enlil's chosen people? For the people who know, I don't expect my new people to know because that information is coming up. But for the people who've been in class, who did I tell you was Enlil's chosen people? The who? The who? All right. Well, you know the real name, not the Jews, but the Israelites. The Israelites. Yeah, the Jews, the Israelites, correct. So the Israelites, I'm gonna just stick with biblical terms, okay? So the Israelites was Enlil's people, okay? So if he is going into army, or if the Anunnaki Elamites is going into army and going into war, this is the army that is coming with them, okay? Now, Marduk is the king of the Abzu, okay? And that is the land of Ham, okay? So all of the descendants of Ham are under Enki and Marduk. Do y'all understand that? They're under the Enkites, okay? So all of the people from Africa, the black Africans, they were Enkites, okay? These black Africans made up the tribe of Canaan. Some of them were from the tribe of Canaan, all right? Now, y'all remember that Canaan is the son of Ham, okay? And you remember how Ham told Canaan not to encroach on his brother's land, but he did it anyhow, okay? So what Canaan did, let me show y'all something before we get back to the other part. Canaan, let me turn this around. Canaan came from over here in Africa, in North Africa, in this area, and he decided, hey, I want to go up here and I want to be with my God. Remember Seth went to live in the landing place. He went to live in this land, okay? So Canaan decided, I want to go live with my God Seth, right? And that's when he took his army and marched into this land, okay? Which he wasn't supposed to do, okay? So this already caused major friction between the Israelites, who this land belongs to, and these Canaanites, okay? So the Canaanites are fighting with the Enkites. Israelites are fighting with the Elamites. So you got the aerial battle going on, but then you got the ground battle going on. So when you read the Bible, they're not talking about the aerial battle, okay? They refer the aerial battle as God, right? Just like when they talk about the Battle of Jericho, they say God gave Joshua the ability to bring this wall down. No, Inanna, okay? So if Inanna is who they want to call God, then that's who helped them, okay? So you got to remember. So let me show you what I'm trying to say. If I'm telling you that this Battle of Jericho was the same instance of the Pyramid War 2, it's because, put two and two together. You got a battle between the Israelites and the Canaanites going on. Now, watch this. The Canaanites, Jericho was an outpost, okay? Jericho was an outpost to protect Tilmon. Let me show y'all. So y'all remember this, the Great Divider? This is the place that was off limits to earthlings. Okay? The place of the rocket ships. This is the Great Divider, the Arabian Peninsula, the Sinai Peninsula. Okay? Now, they built an outpost to protect this from the Ijiji coming down. Okay? So the Canaanites invaded and invaded that outpost. Okay? So they was living in Jericho. Right? So when the Israelites needed to come and bring them down, this is the event in which Inanna directed her horn weapon at the walls of Jericho and brought them down. Okay? So that's what when they put that into the Sumerian tablet, that's a direct correlation to what took place biblically. Because that's what they're not adding in there. They're not adding the Anunnaki perspective of it. The fact that the parents were fighting. They just telling you about the children and their fighting. Okay? But yeah, like I say, that little piece of information that we covered comes directly from the biblical account. Okay? So I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool that we learned that, that was a real weapon. Okay? Y'all do know that they was walking around with the Ark of the Covenant, right? Y'all do know Joshua circled the city 7 times. He circled the city 7 times with the Ark of the Covenant. We know, y'all do know that, right? And what did I tell y'all about the Ark of the Covenant? Right? Outside of it being a very powerful energy source, it was also it also protected the history. It protected the Anunnaki's history and the history of humanity. Okay? And so, like I say, at the end of the day, this whole account goes directly hand in hand with what we find in the Bible, okay? So I can't wait to tie those two together to show people that this wasn't no, a God, because you got to ask yourself this. If God favors one people over other, why the fuck is they even here? Come on, ask yourself that. If that was a so-called chosen people that the creator, I told y'all, be careful. Be careful what they're talking about. Man, I'm one of the chosen. I'm Enlil people. I'm one of the Israelites. Hell no, I'm not. I don't want to be chosen by Enlil. See all these brothers running around here calling themselves Israelites? They don't know what the fuck an Israelite is. They don't even know that they wear all of that war garb because the Israelites were warriors. Abraham was a warrior. This was Enlil's tribe. So you got to ask yourself that, man. You talking about God got to favor people. That don't even make no sense, G. That don't even make no sense. Like, hell no. Right? Just think about how you run your household. Do you let anybody come in your house that you don't like? Come on, follow me. Feel where I'm coming from. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. You the God of your household, right? You the God of your household. This is make you the God. You are the creator in your household. You don't bring nobody in your house that you don't like. You don't even hang around people you don't like. You don't do shit for people you don't like. So, guys, I just want y'all to know, man, listen, man, we in a beautiful time, baby. We in the age of Aquarius. It's time to put the bullshit away. I got y'all back. I'm telling y'all right now, you can trust this shit I'm teaching y'all. You can trust it. It come from the Most High. I put that on my life. Everything that y'all are hearing, it comes from God. I go outside and I pray at night. And I say to the Most High, I say, please, Father, fill me with the information, with the truth and the knowledge to lead people in the right direction. I say, God, please take my platform away from me if I'm misleading your seeds. I say, Father, I would never want to mislead your seeds. I say, so God, if this information that I'm teaching is not true, I ask you to remove my platform. And I ask you to work my steps so that I'm walking in the path of the righteous. That is my prayer every night. I do that prayer just so God know that I'm not out here trying to go against anything that the Most High stands for. The Most High told me, you're doing just what I want you to do. I put the information into you. I put it in the right person. I want you to be a disseminator of this information. The light workers out here, gang. We out here. And I told y'all we come in different shapes and sizes. I think a lot of times, when people see my other side, it might give them pause to cause. But y'all got to understand, these teachers and these truthers, everybody ain't going to be like a preacher from a church. Okay? If you looking for me to be like a preacher from the church, then you looking for the wrong person. I smoke big weed. I drink. I like to party. I like to experience life. But I also love people. I also help people. I also share with people. So for anything that I do that somebody considers negative, I do a whole ton of other things that's considered positive. You dig what I'm saying? So like, I'm not going to be this. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a church person. Okay? Come on with it, cat. You know how we get down. I lead through genuineness. I lead through being genuine. Okay? This is genuine. This is genuinely who I am. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. I'm a learner. I'm a lover. You know what I'm saying? These are all, I embody all of these things. You understand? So please, man, don't come looking for TD Jakes. Don't come looking for Elder Jakes. Y'all don't know nothing about Elder Jakes, man. Dwayne, Elder Jakes is on the phone. Oh, man. Yahshua, appreciate the love, family. Appreciate the love. Shout out. We got another Yahshua in here. We had a Yahshua in here yesterday. That's a sign to me. The fact that we keep getting brothers in here with the name Yahshua, that's a sign to me. I swear to God, I'm taking that as a sign from the universe. Because y'all know I stand on that mountain hard. Y'all know I get pissed off when dudes be out here talking about Jesus, Jesus. I be like, who is Jesus? Who is Jesus? And then they be, I can't believe you said that. And then I be like, the letter J wasn't invented until 1524. Do the research. The letter J was not invented until 1524. So again, who is Jesus? Just like I told that other dude, the dude that asked me, he said, man, I thought you said that Seth was Satan. I say, brother, I'll clearly explain to people that Amen-Ra, who is also Marduk, Amen-Ra is also Zeus in Greek mythology. And Zeus became the character you know as Jesus, which is Jesus. So Marduk embodies the characteristics of Satan, but the name Satan comes from Seth. That's the complexities that people ain't ready to understand because they gotta come to class. So Marduk is the wolf in sheep's clothing. Marduk, his job is to appear as Christ. Do y'all understand that? And I want y'all to understand something too, because people need to know this. You know, I've been around here teaching folks that Christianity is getting them in a lot of trouble. Like y'all following a religion that ain't what it's supposed to be. Okay? You worship the sun god on Sunday. You worship Ishtar, the sexual fertility ritual, and you call it Easter. You worship Saturnalia, which we call Christmas. And that don't mean don't celebrate. Look, I want y'all to have a good time with y'all families, long as you're not giving up, long as you're not doing paganistic rituals. Okay? It's the rituals that you stay away from. The day ain't no problem. Buy your children gifts, have fun. But long as you ain't doing no kind of paganistic rituals to honor these deities. Okay? So I just want y'all to know that it is perfectly okay to have a good time with your family during what we call Christmas time. Okay? It's perfectly okay to do that. But long as y'all ain't doing no ritualistic stuff. But anyway, so I showed folks this stuff about the Christian religion. And then I explained to them, like I said, I explained to them about the name Jesus and who it connotates and things of this nature. So check this out. Let me ask y'all something. So in the Bible talks about the prince of darkness, talks about Satan and all of this, right? But what trips me out about Christians is it's like Christians miss the whole fucking concept. Christians don't understand that this Satan character is not going to come as himself. Do y'all understand that? Like, Satan ain't gonna show up and be like, hey, I'm Satan. I'm an evil motherfucker. Here I go. Satan gonna show up in disguise. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. If he show up, he gonna show up in disguise. Like he's a trickster. Right? Jay Sween in the house. What's happening, family? Peace and love. He's a trickster. Okay? So let me ask y'all something. If the character of this Satan character is as powerful as people think him to be, if he is as clever as you think him to be, wouldn't his greatest move would be to be in disguise as Christ or as a Christian? Wouldn't that be his greatest trick? Wouldn't his greatest trick be to convince all of the Most High's children to partake in his rituals as opposed to the natural rituals that we supposed to? So you got to ask yourself, what if? So if you're trying to say that Satan is real, then his tricks are real. And if his tricks are real, your ass been tricked. Okay? Your ass been tricked. Show me one page. Hey, show me one paper. Show me one scripture where Yeshua talks about being a Christian. Show me one scripture. Show me one scripture where he talks about being a Christian. That ain't what that man was teaching. That man was not teaching religion, gang. That man was not teaching religion. That man was teaching Christ consciousness. That man was teaching you how to raise your vibration. That man was teaching you how to tap into your Godhead. That man was not teaching religion. He was not passing the plate around. He was not talking about, oh, show up on first Sunday in your best. He wasn't getting swallowed up. None of that. That man wasn't doing none of that. Yeshua told them motherfuckers, I'm going to burn this church down. Come on with it. Yeshua told them motherfuckers, I'm going to burn this church down. But y'all, where y'all go? Where y'all go every Sunday though? Where y'all go every Sunday? To the church. The same temple that he destroyed. See, when y'all hear about, oh, he destroyed the temple, y'all think about some medieval shit. Nigga, the church is the temple. Yeah, Islam, all that shit the same. Let me tell y'all something though. Let me say this. There are some good things about religion because in order for them to successfully trick you, they had to leave good things in religion. There are some great things about religion. There's a lot of the rules and shit, like the rules and regulations. Like I told y'all, religion ain't nothing but rules and regulations to live in a civilized society. Come on, Pink, let's get it. Come on with it. Listen, what I want y'all to know, yeah, and well, you know, heaven year. Just like I told you about Marduk when you told me you like Marduk. I want you to think about this, heaven year. His own brothers ain't want to help him fight. He getting ready to go to war. Y'all ignore my son. He hate taking a bath. A little nasty ass. He hate taking a bath. That's my 2-year-old. So listen, Marduk had the Elamites on his ass. And only 2 brothers showed up. The other 2 brothers say, I don't fuck with that dude. I can't stand him. So I'm telling you guys, just think about that. If his own brothers ain't want to help him fight, they tell you what kind of dude he was. Don't nobody know these Anunnaki like I know them. You know, I know these folks. They gonna come pick me up. Enki need to go and come pick me up so me and him can hit the club together. Enki need to, I'm gonna get my boy Enki right. Get my boy a nice outfit. We going out on the town because I know what he want to do. I know what he want to do. I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna take him out so he can see some of them, this new age earth women. But nah, all BS aside, listen to what I'm telling y'all. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. They've been tricking you. You feel me? So the way they did this is they using religion. First of all, you should be spiritual. You shouldn't be religious. Okay? Religion is just the rules and regulations to live in a civilized society. A lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm trying to do my best to make sure people know, bro. All right? This is the Most High trying to get y'all tapped in to this real truth, man. Because I want everybody to have happiness and joy in their life, all right? So we're going to get started here, man. I'm going to read the last time we was reading, Marduk had just got defeated. Marduk had just got defeated in the Pyramid War II. And a part of his surrender was that he would forfeit his right to rule. Okay, so Marduk, well, actually, he didn't forfeit it. His wife and his father did it for him. Okay, and if you remember, he was pissed off. Right, that's another thing. Tell you a little bit about his character. Right, he up in there. Them folks finna kill his ass. Them folks finna kick his ass, and they about to kill his ass. They about to let him die, and he out in here mad because his wife and his father then negotiated his release by foregoing his birthright, right? He would rather die than lose his birthright, right? So what happened? His wife say, He said, nigga, you gotta take care of these kids. Sarpanian say, nigga, you better get your ass, you better get your half dead ass out of here and come take care of Nabu, right? Sarpanian say she gotta go to work later on. Say, boy, you better get your ass out here. I gotta go to work. You out here playing. So, no, but all BS aside, Sarpanian calmed him down. Sarpanian calmed him down and told him, like, hey man, we your future. Your wife and your son. So you gotta want to live for us. You can't be worrying about being a king. You need to want to live for us. But Marduk say, I want to be king. All right. So here we go, guys. Marduk has been exiled. Okay. You're going to find out where he was at by clues. The first clue they already gave you. They told you that Marduk was exiled to the place where horned beasts are hunted. Okay. So let me just let y'all know. There are horned beasts all over the world. But most famously, they are hunted in the Americas. Bison, deer, okay? So we are famous for hunting our horned beasts, all right? So that's the first clue. The next clue will be coming up shortly, all right? So this is where we're going to start at. We're going to start. Let me check my timeline right quick. See if I need to read anything from the timeline. That's it. Oh, okay, let's go. Check this out. All right. Opposed to the resulting control of all the space facilities by Enki's descendants, the MELANATED launched the Second Pyramid War. The victorious Ninurta empties the Great Pyramid of its equipment. I don't know if y'all remember that. After the Pyramid War was over, Ninurta went inside the pyramid and he took all the crystals out of it. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. Ninurta went inside and he said, I got to remove these things. Because they had, one of them was a tractor beam, okay? So he wanted to remove the tractor beam because he said that it was taking a hold of him and it was wreaking havoc on his ship, okay? So Ninurta went in and removed all of the crystals from the Great Pyramid, including the apex stone, all right? And then Hersag, the half-sister of Enki and Enlil, convened a peace conference. The division of earth is reaffirmed. Rule over Egypt was transferred from Marduk, who is Ra, okay, to that of Thoth, okay? And this is when Thoth built Heliopolis as a substitute beacon city, okay? So let me make sure y'all understand the gist of this. Check this out. Marduk was the supreme leader of what we call Kim, or the Nile River Valley. Let's use that. That's even better. The Nile River Valley. Okay. So as a result of him losing his birthright, Enlil suggested that Marduk forfeit his birthright to one of his other brothers. The brother that was chosen was Thoth, aka Ningazita, or Ningazita, aka Thoth. Okay, so this is the period from which Thoth controlled Egypt. All right, I mean the Nile River Valley. Thoth built the city Heliopolis. Are y'all familiar with Heliopolis? In Cairo, it's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city. So Thoth built Heliopolis at this time, and that became like the capital city of the Nile River Valley. Okay, I got some pictures of Heliopolis, but I got it on my computer as opposed to my phone. But Heliopolis got a lot of big obelisks and stuff like that. That's why it's called Beacon City, because the obelisks were beacons, okay? But this is the time from which Thoth ruled the Nile River Valley. So Thoth ruled the Nile River Valley from 8,670 all the way probably about 5,000 years. Marduk was exiled for about 5,000 years. So Thoth ruled from 8,670 all the way to 3,800. Well, a little bit later than that, probably about 3,500. Okay? So Marduk is going to be exiled for a long time, and Thoth is going to be running the Nile River Valley. He's going to bring knowledge, information, wisdom. He's going to bring all of these things to these people. He the one that made it flourish. When Marduk was over it, the earthlings was just like slaves. They were just basically slaves. When Thoth took over, he taught the earthlings, okay? He didn't just have them out there slaving doing work. He was teaching them, okay? So that's the difference between the time of Thoth in Kim as opposed to the time of Marduk in Kim, all right? So this is where we start today, with Marduk being exiled, the Pyramid War being over, and where do we go from here? The mastery over the land of the two Narrows to another son you must give. The Igigi, who Marduk follow, the landing place must give up and abandon. To a land of no return, by no descendant of Sesudra inhabited, must Marduk in exile go. So did Enlil forcefully declare. To be foremost amongst the brothers, he meant. The hand of fate, Enki in his heart acknowledged. Let it so be. With bowed head, he said. Ningazita alone, the Eker innards knows. Let him be the master over its land. Okay, so this was them telling Enki to let Ningazita, Thoth, to be the master over that land. To replace the incapacitated beacon, a mount near the place of the celestial chariots was chosen. Within it, its innards, the salvaged crystals were rearranged. Upon its peak, the Gug stone, the stone of directing, was installed. Mount Mashu, mount of the supreme celestial bark, the mount was called. Let me go back and read this again, because I told y'all they had a tractor beam. And it's a reason why it's important that I speak on this. I'm finna tell you. Give me a second. So remember when I told y'all Ninurta went into the pyramid and he took all the crystals out? He basically stole all the technology out of the pyramids. So he went and he built, there was another structure, another abode. And they took these crystals and they put it in another one of their abodes, another one of their temples. It says, upon its peak, the Gug stone, the stone of directing, was installed. Okay, that's the stone, he says, that grabs him. He says, I got to remove it because it grabs me. If you don't know what a tractor beam is, basically like say you was in an airplane. If somebody hit you with a tractor beam, they can take control of the airplane and they can move it. They can move. We don't have that technology. They do. But they can basically grab your plane and guide it to wherever they want it to go by using this beam. Okay? Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because when Admiral Byrd went into the inner earth, put a 1 in the chat if y'all know about Admiral Byrd. My bad, I be speaking too fast. Admiral Byrd, put a 1 in the chat if y'all know anything about inner earth and Admiral Byrd. Admiral Byrd actually met the Anunnaki, gang. He met the Anunnaki. They was inside the earth. I told y'all that's where they live, and they living in the earth. Okay? So when Admiral Byrd, go back and watch the video, when Admiral Byrd flew into the earth, right? He didn't fly over the poles. He flew into the earth. All right? Please, man. I don't know why people keep misconstruing this. He flew into the earth, okay? When he flew into the earth, he came into this other world. He came into this other world inside the earth. Now, when he got into this crystal city, what he described as a beautiful crystal-like city, he says something you couldn't even imagine, glorious looking stuff, tall buildings made of crystal, right? And I'm gonna start building on some of that inner earth information as well. But when he went through, he says that a tractor beam, some kind of beam, grabbed him. And he say his engines stopped working, and he say the beam was just pulling him on in. Okay? So if they talking about this right now, it lets me know that those are the same people inside the earth. It lets me know that they're using that same technology inside the earth. Okay? So I got just a little, tidbit. These are the kind of things that when you're putting this stuff together, you got to take note of this stuff. Okay? So yeah, the Gug stone. It was the stone of directing, which means it was a tractor beam. Just speaking on the Anunnaki technology, all right? Mount Mashu, Mount of the Supreme Celestial Bark, the mount was called. At that time, Enlil summoned his 3 sons. Ninlil and Ninhursag also attended. Commands over olden lands to confirm. Lordships over new lands to assign. To Ninurta, who Anzu and Marduk had vanquished, the Elulship powers were granted. In all the lands his father's surrogate to be. So basically that's how Ninurta was viewed as powerful as Enlil. So basically Ninurta was granted what they call Elulship. He basically had the same powers as his father. In all the lands his father's surrogate to be. Of the landing place in the Cedar Mountains, lordship to Ishkur was granted. To his domain northward thereof was the landing place joined. The lands south and east thereof were the Igigi and their offspring had spread. Told y'all. Okay, listen. Let me show y'all something real quick. Okay. So the Igigi used to be hanging out up here at the landing place. Okay. Then Pyramid War 2 happened. They got their ass kicked. And Enlil made them leave from here. And it says that the lands south and east thereof where the Igigi and their offspring had spread. They spread it south into the east. Well, gang, if you go south into the east, you run into Pakistan, you run into India, and you run into Asia. You understand? That's what it. So the Igigi were firmly in those lands when it was nothing going on. So that proves that they seeded most of the civilization from that land. Like I told y'all, and it's a reason why they look like this, because that's how the Igigi look. That's how some of the Anunnaki look, like this. All right, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Just keeping it real. So that's another confirmation. The Ijiji are definitely the seeders of the Asian civilization. This is why the Asians worship the dragon. Okay? Because the Ijiji was full on reptilians. All right? Let's go. I actually even seen a reptilian that looked like this. Y'all ever seen that statue, that old statue of that reptilian? And that motherfucker look like this? Y'all ever seen that? It's a look. If I find it, I'm gonna share it with y'all. If I find it's an old statue of a reptilian, I swear to God, it look just like this. To Nanar, as an everlasting endowment, were given by his descendants and followers to keep and hold on to. The peninsula wherein the place of the chariots was in Nanar's lands was included. Utu, as the commander of the place and of the navel of the earth, was confirmed. In the land of the two narrows, as agreed, Enki to Ningazita the lordship did assign. So Enki assigned the lordship of the land of the two narrows, which is the Nile River Valley, okay, to Ningazita. To that, none of Enki's other sons objected, but Inanna was opposed, okay? So ain't none of the other brothers have a problem with Ningazita running the Nile River Valley, but Inanna got a problem with that. Now, do you remember why? Because if you remember, Inanna had high hopes about Dumuzi taking over all of that land. You remember? That's what she was telling Justiana, running her mouth to Justiana. Yeah, girl, my man about to take over. My man gonna be the shit. I'm gonna get him right. I'm gonna teach him some stuff. We gonna be running this land. We gonna run that land. We gonna be the... That's what she was doing. She was running her mouth. And then Justiana was like, girl, I hear you, girl. And then Justiana went back over there to Marduk. Marduk, guess what? Guess what Inanna old fuck ass over here talking about? She said she gonna take over your land. That's how it happened. Marduk say, bullshit. Justiana, this is what I want you to do. Sent her to set up her own brother. Okay? So Inanna is opposed to Ningazita taking over that land because she want that land. She has always coveted that land. You're gonna find that out. Inanna wanted that land so bad. Listen. They gave Inanna a whole region, which is the Indus Valley civilization. India and Pakistan, they gave that to Inanna. But Inanna was so fucking busy wanting to own this land that she didn't even pay attention to her own land. Okay, but plant the seed, we're going to get there. To the heritage of Dumuzi, her deceased bridegroom, did Inanna lay claim. Dominion of her own, she of Enki and Enlil demanded. Okay? How Inanna demands to satisfy the leaders contemplated. About the lands and the people, the great Anunnaki, who the fates decree, took counsel. Regarding the earth and resettling words with Anu, they exchanged. Okay? So y'all remember when they did the allotment before? Remember when they split up the map? They say, okay, we're going to get the descendants of Shem and Yafet going to be over here. The descendants of Ham is going to be over here with Enki. That was the first allotment. Now they're doing a new allotment because of the Pyramid War. Okay? So this new allotment, they're assigning land masses. Okay? And this is where Inanna about to get assigned the Indus Valley region. Okay? And if y'all want to fact check that, just look up Shiva or Kali. What you're going to find out is this character Inanna, she is known by many different names in many different places. In Babylon, she's known as Inanna. She's known as Ishtar. And in the Indus Valley civilization, she's known as Inanna, Shiva, and Kali. Okay? Because as you're reading from the tablets, they're showing you that they gave her those lands. That's where you get that blue. All right? Y'all ever seen this before? This is a good book too, man. Y'all, this is a very ancient book. If you read this book, you're reading about the same stuff that we're talking about now. Okay? The Mahabharata. The Mahabharata is basically the exact same shit we talk about now, except from the Indus Valley perspective. So, for an example, they call in the Sumerian tablets, they called a spaceship a celestial boat. In the Indus Valley, they call it a Vimana. Okay? And we just got to read about Pyramid War 2. You can read all about Pyramid War 2 in the Mahabharata. So if you ever see this character right here, this is Kali, Shiva, about Inanna. But there's more to come from Inanna. Okay? More to come from Inanna. So anyway, they are resettling the lands. They about to give her own civilization. But like I told you, she's going to be too focused on the Nile River Valley to even take care of her own land. All right. From the time of the deluge, the great calamity, almost 2 shars have passed. So what we talking about? They done fast forward us all the way to like 4,000. The earthlings have proliferated. Here we go. Listen to this, gang. This is very important. Listen to this. So, the Great Deluge was about 11,500. About 11,500. Or you can say 12,000. Somebody, they like to say between 11,500 and 12,000. Okay? So from 11,500, if we took down what it is that? 7,200 years. So not quite 7,200, but about maybe like 60, he says almost been 2 shars. So let's just say 6,500 years from 11,500. So that'll put us at about 5,000 BC at this point. Okay? Somewhere between 5,500 and 6,000 BC. Okay? It's a reason I want y'all to focus on that. It's a reason I want y'all to focus on that. When did they say the wild man showed up? When did the wild man show up? From our perspective of history, when did the wild man show up? How many years ago? From our perspective of the way we see history, when did the wild man show up? How many years ago? No, J Sweet. There you go. Come on, G. Come on, G. Good job, G. 6,000. We've always said that he popped on the scene about 6,000 years ago. That's always been the common knowledge, right? Listen up. And I keep trying to tell y'all, the white boy is not the first white boy. The first white boy is the guy we call the Arab. The whites, we don't get to them a long time. It's a long time before we run into the whites. Okay? The Arabs was the first white boy. The Greeks were Arab. They were not white dudes. They were not blonde hair white dudes. Okay, I'm going to say this 1,000,000 times. The Greeks were Arabs, but that civilization was started by melanated people. Okay? Like, they don't like to talk about the melanated races, like the Minoans. All right, like the Minoans, the Crete, the people of Crete Island, these were melanated folks. And I think the Greeks was melanated too. I got some proof. I seen some proof. Y'all see that new Odysseus movie that's coming out? In the new Odysseus movie, they show a war between some black people and some white people. Odysseus was on the side of the whites. And they was fighting. I'm telling you, I'm going to do some more research. I'm going to bring it to the light. Yeah, for sure, bro. You already know. You already know. So this is why, guys, man, I'm on a real mission to re-teach history. They lied to us about everything. It's all got to be retaught. It's all got to be retaught, okay? So anyway, we always have said that the wild man came about 6,000 years ago. So what I just told you, I told you we had about 5,500 to 6,000 BC right now. Right now. So watch this. Listen to this. From the time of the deluge, the great calamity, almost 2 shars have passed. The earthlings have proliferated. From mountain lands to dried lowlands they went. From the mountain lands to the dry lowland. We wasn't never in the mountains, folks. We wasn't never in the mountains. That's why we got this beautiful skin. So who is that come down out the mountains? Who is that come down out the mountains? All right, watch this shit. If you really want to see who came out the mountains, they made a movie about it. It's called 10,000 BC. Yeah. It's called 10,000 BC. Go watch it. Go do yourself a favor tonight. Go watch 10,000 BC so you can see who came out them damn mountains. Ain't no cap in my rap, G. Ain't no cap in my rap. Come on with it. Come on, Omni. Didn't they come out the mountains, Omni? Didn't they come out the mountains and cross down? They had to come all the way down into Egypt, into Kim. Huh? Come on now. They had to cross them. They had to come out the mountains, didn't they? Come on with it. Go watch the movie, man. Go watch the movie. That was your people? Okay. Well, you need to go get with your people, family. Go get with your people. Show this man the dough so he can go find his people. Show that man the dough so he can go find his people. Because he done stumbled into my class and he not a member. So go find your people. Members only, gang. Members only. Only members in here. Only members. You got to be a member. Member only. Like the jacket. Member only. Like the jacket. Join up. All right. The earthlings proliferated from mountain lands to dried lowlands they went. Of civilized mankind by Sasudra, there were descendants. With Anunnaki seed, they were intermixed. Offspring of Igigi, who intermarried, roamed about in the distant lands. Listen to that. We got to find out who these offspring of the Igigi. Huh? Come on, I get the Asians, all of the people that they consider Indo-Aryan. I guess that's the term that they use, Indo-Aryan. Okay, Indo-Aryan. That is the term that they use to describe these people. So the Indo-Aryans who became some of these Chinese people. Okay, the offspring of Igigi, who intermarried, roamed about in the distant lands. Few and lofty were the Anunnaki who from Nibiru had come. Few were their perfect descendants. How settlements for themselves and for the earthlings to establish, the great Anunnaki considered. How settlements for themselves and for earthlings to establish, the great Anunnaki considered. How over mankind to remain lofty. How to make the many obey the few. Woo. Woo. Anunnaki putting your law and your government in place. They putting your law, your government, and religion. Listen to what they say. We got to find out a way to build some cities for these humans. We got to remain lofty over mankind. Let me define that word right quick. Let me define that word lofty. I know what it means. Define lofty. Define lofty. Define lofty. Define lofty. Okay, you're getting on my nerves now, Siri, whatever your name is. And a number of supported third-party accessories to a connected iCloud account. They use it differently in the Bible. Here's the definition of lofty, of imposing height. So how to remain above. Yeah, elevated. How to remain above. You understand? How to remain above earthlings, which means they wanted to get to a point where you didn't see them. That's why you don't see them today. Because if I'm ruling your planet, I don't want you to be able to do something to me. If I'm ruling your planet and something go wrong, you're going to revolt against me. But if I'm ruling your planet and you ain't never got to see me, you can't never revolt against me. They still ruling your planet, gang. They still in control of this shit. Right? To be honest with y'all, it's more to it than that. The real wars are who the Anunnaki have to fight for this planet. Because the Seakar want this planet. The Andromedans want this planet. It's a couple different races of beings that want this planet. The only thing keeping us safe is the Galactic Federation, guys. So shout out to the GF. Shout out to the Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation is who keep Earth safe. They keep us from getting anal probed and get all kind of stuff done to us. How over mankind to remain lofty. How to make the many obey the few. Did y'all hear that? Don't that sound like we outnumber them? It sounds like we outnumber them, right? When we gonna realize that? That we outnumber the power. The people that control everything. We outnumber these people. But they found a way to be very strategic. They said, we gotta find a way to keep these people in line. How do you keep people in line? You use religion. Religion is one of the tactics. You also use fear. Use religion and fear. That's how you keep masses in line. Okay? About all that, about the future leaders, with Anu, they exchange words. To come to Earth one more time, Anu decided. With Antu, his spouse, he wished to come. Ooh, y'all remember the last time Anu came down here? Y'all remember what happened last time Anu showed up? Boy, lost his dick. I can't believe he want to come back. I thought maybe Anu would be done with Earth. I probably grew this shit back. He probably got him a bigger package. Probably give it double size this time, dog. To come to Earth one more time, Anu decided. With his spouse, Antu, he wished to come. While his arrival, they awaited, the Anunnaki abodes in the Eden began to reestablish. From the mountain lands to the olden land, the black-headed people migrated. Upon the newly dried soil, the Anunnaki let them settle. Food for all to provide. Where Eridu, Enki's first city before the deluge, had stood, on top of the myriads of mud and silt, a new Eridu was marked out. In its center, upon a raised platform, an abode for Enki and Ninki was built. House of the Lord, whose return is triumphant, it was called. With gold and silver and precious metals by Enki's sons provided, it was adorned. Above, in a circle skyward pointing, the 12 constellations by their signs were marked out. Below, as in the Abzu, waters with swimming fishes flowed. In a sanctuary, a place that no uninvited can enter, in Enki, the Emmy formulas kept. For Enlil and Ninlil, a next Nabruki atop the mud and silt was established. Amid its peoples, dwellings and cattle folds and stalls, a sacred precinct was walled off. An abode for Enlil and Ninlil therein was built in 7 stages. It rose. A stairway rising to the heavens, to the topmost platform led. Guys, I'm finna let y'all know what this building is. This building still exists today. Let me read this over. Let me read this again. The abode that they built for Enlil and Ninlil, it still exists today. Let me read it again. An abode for Enlil and Ninlil was built. In 7 stages it arose. A stairway rising to the heaven, to the topmost platform led. A stairway rising to the heavens, to the topmost platform led. Have y'all ever heard of the ziggurat of Ur? Okay, guys, here we go. It's a ziggurat of man. Okay? This is the structure. These were called, these abodes were called temples. Okay? This is where the Anunnaki lived. Humans didn't live in these. Okay? Humans lived in fucking mud huts. That's how you know somebody else more important was here. It wasn't another human. It was somebody a little bit higher up. Okay? So this is the ziggurat of Let me see. I got some more pictures of it as well. This give you a better. Okay, look at this one. Look at it from this perspective right here. Check this out. So let me read it now. Check this out. A stairway rising to the heavens, to the topmost platform it led. Ain't that what we see? A stairway rising to the heavens, to the topmost platform it led. Okay? His tablets of destiny did Enlil keep there. With his weapons, it was protected. Okay? Just as the Sumerian tablet explains it. You gotta love it. An abode for Enlil and Ninlil therein was built. In 7 stages it arose. A stairway rising as to heaven to the topmost platform led. His tablets of destiny he kept there. With his weapons it was protected. The lifted eye that scans the lands, the lifted beam that penetrates all, in the courtyard its own enclosure, Enlil's fast-stepping bird was kept. Fast-stepping skybird, he parked his spaceship. You know Enlil was balling. Enlil parked his spaceship inside the courtyard. That's all they're trying to let you know. He had his whip out there, okay? As the time for the arrival of Anu and Antu neared, for their stay in the Eden, a new place was selected. Neither Enlil's nor Enki's to be. Unun Ki, the delightful place, it was named. So they got to build a new place for Anu and Antu. Shade trees in it were planted. A pure white structure, the house of Anu in its midst, was built. Its interior, like a king's quarter, was. When the celestial chariot of Anu arrived at earth, Anunnaki skyships soared toward it. For a safe landing at the place of the chariots in Tilmoon, it was guided. Okay, so you know that's the Arabian Peninsula. So that's where everybody lands at. Utu, the place's commander, his great-grandparents welcomed to planet Earth. The 3 children of Anu, Enlil, Enki, and Enhersag, stood there to greet them. They embraced and kissed. They laughed and cried. More human moments, because these are humans. So long has the separation been, they to each other kept saying. Man, it's been a minute, man. I love you. I ain't seen you in a long time, right? At each other they looked, aging to examine. Though greater in Shars were the parents, younger than the children, they looked. Okay, so here we go. Anu and his wife looked younger than Enki and Lil and Enhersag. Because on Nibiru, time moves very slow. Very slow, so you age very slow. But on fast-ass Earth, boy, we moving at the speed of light out this bitch. Your ass be 80 years old before you know it. You was just 20 yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So we age faster on Earth, which has caused the Anunnaki High Council members to age very rapidly. Okay? So they look old and decrepit. Imagine that. That's got to be a fucked up feel. That's some Benjamin Button type shit. Imagine your mama and your daddy show up and they look young and tight. I knew ready to go out and hit the disco and shit. He ready to go out and party, and Enki over this bitch like, oh, Dad, good to see you, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Now her sag out here looking like an old maid. You know what I mean? That's got to be a real trip to see your parents looking young like that when you old and decrepit, okay? So here we go. The two sons looked old and bearded. And then her sag, once a beauty, was bent and wrinkled. They ain't had to do my girl like that. They ain't had to do my girl like that. Okay, y'all could have just said she had aged, okay? You ain't had to say she was bent and wrinkled. God damn. All five of them with tears were filled. Tears of joy, with sorrow tears were mingled. In sky ships were the guests and the host to the Eden taken. In a prepared place beside Ununki, the sky ships landed. All the Anunnaki that on earth had stayed as an honor guard were standing. Hail and welcome, hail and welcome. In unison to Anu and Antu, they were shouting. Then in procession, singing and music playing, the Anunnaki to the house of Anu accompanied the guests. In the house of Anu, Anu was washed and rested. Then he was perfumed and clothed. You know, kind of like the king of Zamunda. Unto by female Anunnaki to the house of the golden bed was escorted. My girl got a 24K bed. There she too was washed, rested, and perfumed and clothed. In the open courtyard, as an evening breeze, the tree leaves rustled. Anu and Antu on the thrones were seated. Flanking them were Enlil and Enki, and in her sag. Attendants, earthlings who were completely naked, wine and good oil served. Now, why them folks had to be naked? What's going on? Now y'all talked all that shit about Enki having sex with us. But now y'all got us out here serving drinks buck ass naked like we chopping dope in the Carter. What is going on? Come on now, what kind of party? It must be a Diddy party. Is this an ancient Diddy party? Is this what the hell this is? Let me read that again. Attendants, earthlings who were completely naked, served wine and good oil. God damn, there go the baby oil. There go the baby oil right there. Right? Got about here serving wine and good oil. Diddy, I see where you got it from. I see where you got it from, Diddy. Okay? Others in a courtyard, others in the corner of the courtyard, a bull and a ram, gifts of Enlil and Enki on a fire were roasting. Barbecue. A great banquet for Anu and Antu was prepared. For the sign in the heavens, its start was awaiting. On Enlil's instructions, Zamul, who in matters of stars and planets was learned, the steps of the house of Anu ascended. The rising of the planets at eve time to announce. Okay, so listen up. This time period that Anu is here visiting is also something else that's going on. Right now, they are witnessing a great alignment of the planets, okay? So I'm about to read this to y'all, and it's going to sound just like what I just told y'all, the great alignment. I'm sure they scheduled it like this way, because the Anunnaki, let me tell y'all something too. When we master astrology, we'll be able to keep time on a whole different level. That's what they do. They keep time on a different level, okay? So they able to predict when they know when these great alignments were going to take place, and they schedule things based off of that information, okay? Yeah, that was a Diddy party. While y'all joke, that was a Diddy party. That was a Diddy party, man. Come on now. Come on now. I see where he got it. I told them folks be studying the ancients. Oh, Elder Jake's running around that bitch greased up, looking for Dwayne. All right, so check this out. The way that they built Anu's abode is that every time you go up a level, you can see another planet. So let me read it to you. Check it out. The steps of the house of Anu ascended. The rising of the planets at eve time to announce. On the first step, Jupiter in the eastern skies appeared. On the second step, Venus was seen. On the third step, Mercury was announced. On the fourth step, Saturn arose. On the fifth step, Mars was seen. On the sixth step, the moon was announced. Then on a signal from Zamul, the hymn, the planet of Anu in the skies began to be sung. From the topmost step, the seventh, the red hallowed Nibiru, came into view. To music, the Anunnaki clapped and danced. To music, they sang and danced. To the one who grows bright, the heavenly planet for the Lord of Anu, they sang. On the signal, a bonfire was lit, seen from place to place where the bonfire started. Before the night was over, the whole land of Eden was lit with bonfires. Oh, it was going down. It's going down. It's like fucking Burning Man. Y'all know what Burning Man is? Give me a 3 in the chat if you've ever heard of the Burning Man event. When they go out in the desert and they light all them bonfires and shit. Yeah. That's an actual event that go down every year. They do Burning Man. I think it's every year. But so they got these bonfires. I bet it's a cool, I bet this was a real vibe. I'm telling you, bro, I bet this was a real vibe. Probably like how that party was on the Matrix 2, when they was in Zion. I bet this was a real vibe, all right? Before the night was over, the whole land of Eden was lit with bonfires. After a meal of bull meat and ram meat, just say y'all had ribs, okay? They gotta say it like that. After a meal of bull meat and ram meat, just say y'all had steaks and ribs. That's all. Of fish and fowl with wine and beer accompanied. Come on now, don't tell me you don't like that the Anunnaki not our people. Listen to what they eat. The Anunnaki got meat on the grill, okay? They got wine and they got beer. They created wine and they created beer. Boy, you can't say you don't like the Anunnaki. You can't be talking about you don't like the Anunnaki. I know I like them. Anu and Antu to their overnight quarters was accompanied. By Anu and Antu were all the Anunnaki thanked. For several earth days and nights, Anu and Antu slept. On the sixth day, his 2 sons and daughters summoned Anu. Of what had transpired on earth, they gave their accounts. Of the peace and the warfare he learned. Okay, so, it was time to talk business. Okay, so the brothers and sisters, I drink Modelo. Okay, shout out to the Corona drinkers, but I drink Modelo. I'm big. I'm a Modelo guy. All right, it's Modelo me, nothing else. Give me the Modelo or nothing else, baby. I could do a Michelob too. I'll rock with a Michelob. But I've been graduated from Bud Light and Budweiser. Too much sugar in that shit. Anyway, so now it's time to talk business. Okay? So Enki, Enlil, and Ninhursag is coming to Anu to talk to Anu about what has taken place. What has taken place on the earth, okay? I know we got some folks in here that's not from class, guys. Show some love. If you're not a class member, please show some love. If not, I'm going to have to remove you from the live because you in here sucking up the game and you obviously having a good time, okay? So show some love. I'm not talking to my people. I'm talking about to these people who leeching, these non-class members, okay? I'm going to ask you to show some love to the live. Show some love to the live or I'm going to remove you from the live, okay? Not my people. Y'all all good. My people don't have to gift another gift, Okay? But I'm talking about these leechers that's in here. It's probably about 12 people in here that's not from our class. So I'm just letting y'all know. I got the list right here. Show the love of I'm going to remove you from the live because there's no reason for you to be here. I am not here for your entertainment. I don't come on here to entertain people who are not in support of my movement. So if you're looking for entertainment, there's other lives. But if you value this live stream, if you like this live stream, if you like the information, show some love. If I don't feel the love and you get blocked, you know why. Because no reason for you to be here. The people that's in here, they already showed the love. They've already valued it. They've already did what's necessary. I know why they here. Why are you here? Chief don't get up to entertain you for free. Who are you? For me to have to entertain you for free. Nah, you out your mind. So I'm giving you a chance to show the love. Now, when I start blocking, don't feel away. Don't feel away, all right? Of how the earthlings by the oath of Enlil to be wiped off and again had proliferated our new herd. Okay, let me go ahead and remove these folks from the live right quick. Let me take care of this. They think I'm playing. They think I'm on some bullshit. Let me remove these folks from my live right quick. I appreciate y'all being in here, but y'all gonna have to go learn from somebody else. Y'all gonna have to go learn from somebody else. Appreciate you being in here. Appreciate the love. You gonna have to learn from somebody else. Let me get y'all on out of here. That's rude to me. That's rude. That's like if I served you, if I cooked up a big steak and I brought it to your table and I served you, and then you don't even show no love, no tip, no nothing, man, that's rude. So let me get y'all on out of here, because obviously this ain't where you want to be at. This ain't where you want to be. This knowledge ain't valuable to you, so don't even worry about it. Don't you even trip. Step up, I'ma bust your lip. Let me get these folks out of here, bro. You ain't finna sit up in this motherfucker and suck all my game up. Y'all here gifting all these other lives and shit. You gifting ignorance, you gifting all this other shit, but you don't want to show no love to the family. Okay, I get it. But you also not obligated to be in here. Let me get them out of here. They be just sitting up in this bitch like, man, dance for me, entertain me. Man, we ain't doing no dancing, man. We ain't doing no dancing, man. Show the love or get removed. It's as simple as that. Show the love or get removed, homie. Ain't no why are you here? That's what you gotta ask yourself. If you like, oh, I ain't gonna do it, I ain't gonna show no love, then why the fuck is you here? Right? Because I got the control of the room. I can remove you. Okay? So ask yourself that. Why are you here? Okay? Of the gold discovery in the land beyond the oceans and the chariots placed there, Enlil to him revealed. It was then that of the dream and the tablet from Galzu, Enki told his father. By that, oh yeah, I got to go back and read that again. Because this that part I was telling y'all about. Remember I told y'all about Galzu? Okay, so let me reread this right quick. Let me reread this. I had to get one more person up out of here. Okay, I had to get one more person out. Okay, I think we got them all out of here. If they ain't gonna support, what the fuck they doing here? They want to sit up in this motherfucker. Yeah, I want to listen to you talk this game for 4 hours, but I don't want to give a penny to you. Fuck out of here. Told y'all, man, I'm fucking with the people that value me. I don't know about y'all, but in going into 2025, I ain't giving no energy to nobody that don't value me. If you don't value me, move on. I ain't got nothing for you. All right, so let me read this part because it's very important. So like I told y'all, they talking business. They telling Anu about everything that took place since the last time he been here, right? All the wars that's been fought, the allotments of land that they've done, the splitting up of the land. They telling everything to Big Daddy Anu, okay? Of the gold discovery in the land beyond the oceans and the chariot placed there, Enlil to him revealed, okay? Enlil telling him about the gold that they found in the Americas. It was then that of the dream in the tablet from Galzu, Enki told to his father. By that, Anu was greatly puzzled. A secret emissary by that name to earth by me was never sent. So did Anu say to the others. There you go. Yeah, come on with it, D-Lynn. Come on with it. There you go, guys. I told y'all, man, listen. I told y'all, man, the Anunnaki is not God. But they got great respect for God. And God let them walk this path because God intended them to walk this path. Remember what I told y'all? The Anunnaki came here looking for gold. That's what they thought. Everything that happened on their planet happened for a reason. That's how big God is. God facilitated all of that shit on their planet because he wanted them to come here for that gold. That's, man, when you start realizing that when you talk about God, you talking about the orchestrator of the entire universe, not of one damn planet. On earth, y'all want God to be to be only conducive to earth, only essential to earth. God is the God of the universe. And he's orchestrating the multiverse, right? So watch this. All that shit that happened on Nibiru, it happened because God was leading them to this ultimate moment. They thought that they was coming here just for gold. They thought, oh yeah, we coming out here just for gold. But little did they know, somebody else was in control. And it just so happens that Enki ended up having to genetically alter a group because it was time. See, God ain't want us to, let me tell y'all something about the evolutionary process. Man, it would have took millions of years for us to get to where we wanted to be. But somebody still would have had to intervene and teach man. So God sent the Anunnaki. Because even if you try to say the Anunnaki didn't exist, then you got 1,000 questions you need to ask. How did man form a language? Y'all ain't never thought about that? If we take the Anunnaki out of the picture and we say that man just evolved into man, right? Well, what language did man first speak? I'll wait. Let's go back. Hold on. Let me pull up the pictures of the hominids. And we're going to talk about Galzu. But hold on. Give me a second. See, my point, I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. If man evolved into this, what language did he speak? Right? If this is the proverbial Adam, the first man, what language did he speak? And how did he understand? Did he come, like, do a baby just start, like, babies have to mimic language. Do y'all understand that? Babies don't come out and just be talking. Right? Even in evolution, he had to be a baby before he became a man. He didn't evolve from a fucking full-on grown-ass hominid to a full-grown man. You know, it's some dumb-ass people think that that's how evolution works. It's some dumb-ass people out there that think that the hominid just evolved into another grown version of a hominid. No. They be babies first, and they grow up, and then they learn things, and they pass that on to the next generation. It's the same way the hominids had sex too, guys. Male and female hominids had sex, had another one, and so forth, okay? Over these millions of years. So what I'm asking you is where the fucking language came from. Where the language came from. If man just evolved, man, you would have had to be taught by something. Are y'all getting what I'm saying? No planet evolves, and let me say this. No planet becomes intelligent on its own. Intelligence has to be inherited. Now, we could have been cavemen. We could have been, that we could have evolved into, and we would have been that for millions of years. We would still be that right now. But we wouldn't have developed no language. Yeah, that's the missing link. That's the missing link. This is we already went through this. This is I already told y'all about the missing link. This is Homo erectus and now Homo sapien. So, you know, the missing link, science says they don't know how we went from hominid to full-grown man. Okay? It's basically like going from the first wheel to a Tesla. You get what I'm saying? It's like having the first wheel one day, and then the next day you driving in a Tesla. That's the leap that we made. And the only way we could make that leap is if something intelligent was involved. Okay? Now, religious baby brains say, it was God. But if you're intelligent and you do the research, you will find out that, yeah, it was God, but God controlling the Anunnaki, God using his other forms of creation to expand this creation. That's for us intelligent folks. The baby brains is, it's God. Ain't always just God, brother. So it's more to it. It's context to everything, all right? So anyway, where would you have gotten the language from, okay? So let's move back to Galzu. So Anu says, man, I ain't seen no nigga down here named Galzu. Who the fuck is Galzu, right? Got everybody flipped out. Now Enki like, so you didn't send a dude named Galzu down here? So this dude Galzu literally made us stay on this planet. This dude Galzu is the reason why humanity is here today. Do y'all understand that? Like Galzu, the reason why humanity is still here today. So somebody intended for humanity to still be here. Somebody intended for that. Who was that? The Most High. The Most High. And Galzu was an archon. Okay? What you call an angel, even the name angel, right, is a terminology to a godhead. That's why it's got L on the end. Angel, Angel, Angel. You know what I mean? So, and speaking of L, y'all know EL is equivalent to God, right? The term El. Put a 1 in the chat if you know, like Elohim or elder. It's a term that's equal to Godhead, right? Man, I noticed one day I was looking at this mat. Okay? And it says no L. And I started saying to myself, in a spirit of just breaking down words and etymology, what if this means no God? What if that means that? No God. You got to remember, this was centered around Saturnalia. No L. No God. Got to be careful. Just doing my research. All right? So anyway, this is the proof that whatever Galzu was, he was from a higher power. Whatever Galzu was, he was from a higher power, guys. This is the beauty of this story. Guys, let me tell y'all something. My brother, somebody showed literature to do. I don't know why them folks think they're gonna teach me. If you got something you can teach, go do it on your page. Somebody show literature, whoever that is, show them that though. Coming in with dumb shit. Not God here. Get your goof ass out of here. I get my information from the highest, most intellectual people. You think I would say some shit and it not have some semblance of truth to it? Get your goof ass out of here. If you know more than me, then go build a platform. Build a platform. Get people to support you. Build some content. Please stop coming in here with all your fun facts. If you got knowledge and you're not teaching man, you a waste of space. If you got knowledge and you're not teaching men, if you're not actively on this app teaching brothers and sisters, you a waste of space. Save that shit. Don't come in here telling me. I don't need no help. I get my help from the Most High. I get my knowledge from the Most High. The Most High leads me to where I need to be at for my knowledge. I don't need your help. Okay? So make sure you go teach man. Go teach man. That's what I'm doing. I'm teaching my brothers and sisters. So go do the same. And then they always want to, L means God, but not Godhead. Man, get your goof ass out of here. Anyway, so now they know that Galzu was, in fact, some other form of emissary. Okay? Was not an Anunnaki. Was not an Anunnaki. To earth by me was never sent, so did Anu say to the other leaders. Puzzled were Enki and Enlil. Baffled, they looked at each other. On the account of Galzu, Sasudra and the seed of life were saved, Enki said. On account of Galzu, on earth we remained, Enlil to his father said. The day to Nibiru you return, you shall die. So did Galzu say. That was a lie, Anu said. The change of cycles indeed did cause havoc, but was cured with elixirs. So y'all remember when Galzu told him, hey, if you go back to Nibiru, you're going to die. Because it's the time change and all of it is going to affect you, okay? Anu said that was a lie. He said, yeah, you get a little sick, but we got medicines for that. We got medicines to cure that. Okay? So whose emissary was Galzu, if not yours? Whose emissary was Galzu, if not yours? Here we go. Who the earthlings to save? Who wanted to save the earthlings? Who on earth made us stay? Drum roll. And then her sag slowly nodded her head. For the creator of all did Galzu appear. Boom. Right there. For the creator of all did Gal. Ooh wee! Billy Carson not teaching this shit. Billy Carson not teaching this. He not confirming God. He not explaining the system of God. He not doing none of that shit. That nigga's a fun factologist. Oh, look at that stone. You see that stone right there? He's a fun factologist. This nigga's not teaching nothing real. This shit that we doing, we taking on the lies of society. We taking on all the lies that society has given us religiously, historically, and we challenging that shit. And I told y'all, I say, God is real. I say the religious God ain't what you think it is. You need to know the difference. There's a big difference in the God that Christians pray to and the God that I pray to. Big difference. We ain't praying to the same God. When I walk into a church, all I see is a bunch of depressed people. People who one minute they happy, next minute they depressed. Man, I'm happy every damn day. I got joy in my life every day. You know why? Because I don't have to play that 1 foot in, 1 foot out game. I'm tapped in with the Most High for real, the creator of all. So when you say your prayers, take that amen shit out. Say your prayer just like you say your prayer. And you say, I am giving my prayer power to the creator of the universe. When you say that, it directly goes to the source. It bypasses Marduk. Marduk don't get to steal that energy because he's not the creator of the universe. So you don't want to say, I'm praying to God. I'm praying to the creator of the universe. Then your shit going straight, boy. You're going to watch them prayers get answered. And you also got to learn, when you tapped in with the Most High, you also got to learn to not worry and to not expect anything. I don't give a damn how bad you want something. After you pray for it, let it go. Excuse me. After you pray for something, you got to let it go. You got to give it to the Most High, and you got to leave it alone, whether it works out for you or not. And you got to learn to be okay if it don't work out, because if it didn't work out, it was a reason why. Learn to start just trusting this life and the steps you're taking. Learn to start trusting the positions that you're being put in. You was put in front of me for a reason. You connected with me for a reason. Trust that you were supposed to be here. Trust that you were supposed to be here. Okay? And Hersag say it was the creator of all, man. Was the creation of the earthling also destined? Of that I must want. I just told you. Yeah, it was destined. I told you it was. Oh, shit. I told you it was destined. It was meant. All of this was meant to be, baby. We was meant to be here. This thing happened the way it's supposed to happen. Shout out to the Most High. For a while, the four of them were silent. Each one past events in their heart recounted. While fates we decree, the hand of destiny every step directed. So did Anu say, the will of the creator of all is clear to see. On earth and for earthlings, only emissaries we are. See what I'm saying? This is when they start to realize. This is when they realized that, damn, God, we was basically emissaries for God. We didn't even realize, but God was using us. We couldn't even see it. We thought we was doing this for our own good. Man, God was directing this the whole time. The Most High, right? The earth to the earthlings belong. Y'all hear that? The earth to the earthlings belong. To preserve and advance them, we were intended. They were intended to preserve and advance us. That's what they did. If that is our mission here, let us accordingly act. So did Enki say. The great Anunnaki, who the fates decree, councils exchanged regarding the lands. To create civilized regions that the great Anunnaki decided. Here we go, gang. Now, listen. This is when the Anunnaki is about to make the decision to start preparing the earthlings to take over the show. Okay? So if we are to inherit the earth, what they're saying is, look, we got to start preparing these people. We got to start teaching them, because we super primitive, right? We don't have none of the knowledge at this time, okay? So now the Anunnaki has to start bestowing knowledge on us so that we can continue, so we can become what we are today, okay? So this is them having a meeting to make that decision. The great Anunnaki decide their knowledge to impart on mankind. Cities of man to establish. Okay, they finna start building cities for men. In them, sacred precincts, abodes for the Anunnaki to create. So in every city that they build for man, there's going to be a large temple. A big temple, a little small temple about the size of a small town. Okay, so these temples are the Anunnaki's abodes. Okay, that's where the priests are going to live and work in the temples. Okay, but the everyday regular earthlings, they're gonna live in the cities, in the mud huts and shit like that. Okay. Cities of man to establish. In them, sacred precincts, abodes for the Anunnaki to create. Kingship as on Nibiru on earth to establish. Crown and scepter. Where kingship come from? I keep asking people that. There you go. We didn't create kingship. We inherited it. We inherited. They say this is the kingship system. We ain't with no human kings. Not one king on this earth. Not one at this time. This is them making the decision. This is them making the decision to create a royal system for the earthlings. Okay? So listen to what they say. Kingship as on Nibiru on earth to establish. Crown and scepter. To a chosen man give. By him the word of the Anunnaki to the people convey. Find a man that's worthy of being king, and to him the word of the Anunnaki to the people convey. Y'all understand that? That's a go-between. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand. They creating a system. They creating a priesthood and the kingship right in front of you. They say, when we going to choose a king, and the king is going to be the go-between for our word unto the people. Did they not just say that? Hold on, watch this. Watch this. Let me read Ephesians. So let me read Ephesians right quick. Let me so this will make sense. Straight out the Bible. So this will make sense. Let me read it. Here we go. Right? He just said we're gonna choose a king, and then he's going to convey the words of the Anunnaki to the people. Meaning that the king is a go-between for the Anunnaki and the people. So let me read Ephesians, okay? Here we go. Straight out the Bible. Here go the word of God. Let me read it. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 5 through 9. Listen. Slaves, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear, with the sincerity of the heart, just as you would obey. Obey them not only to win their favor when their eye is on you. Serve wholeheartedly as if you were serving the Lord, not people. So what? Listen to actually what he say. Slaves, obey your earthly masters. So watch this. Who the slave and who the earthly master? Y'all tell me. Who is the slave and who is the earthly master? Because the Anunnaki is speaking. That is not God speaking. That's the Anunnaki is speaking to the humans, and he says, slaves, obey your earthly master, which is the king that he appointed. Do y'all get that? Put a 5 in the chat if you get that, man. Come on with it. Come on, my spiritual twin. Come on, Cat. Tell him again, Cat. Put a 5 in the chat if y'all understand that. This was the Anunnaki telling the earthlings to obey their king or priest. And they want to compare me to some fucking Billy Carson. Man, this dude ain't breaking this shit down. Nigga, we taking the Bible. Nigga, this is the Bible. They say that this is the word of God. And I'm showing you that this ain't God. Man, please, man. Please. That dude ain't, me and that dude ain't on the same level, dog. It's different over here. It's different. So I'm showing you right there, I can bust that Bible down and show you everywhere you've been lied to. You've been lied to about everything in it. Remember when I told y'all about Revelations? And I told y'all that Revelations is a revealing. And then in Revelations, they talk about the apocalypse. But people thought the apocalypse was some kind of great war. And then I had to come in and tell motherfuckers that apocalypse is Greek for apocalypto. And that means great revealing. That's what Revelations is. It's about a great revealing. It's not about a war, or it's not about the end of the world. It's about a great revealing. That's what apocalypto is. Apocalypse. Do your research if you think I don't know what I'm talking about. Look up apocalypse, then look up look up the etymology of it, look up the origin of it, and you will see it. Slaves, obey your king. I appointed the king, obey him. Let's roll. Having some fun today. I know I am. Anunnaki to the okay, here we go. Kingship as on Nibiru on the earth to establish. Crown and scepter to a chosen man give. Anunnaki to the people convey. Work and dexterity to enforce. In the sacred precincts, a priesthood to establish. The Anunnaki as lofty words to serve in worship. Ooh, shit. Who you serving? Who you worshiping? Who you serving? Who you worshiping? Let me read it again. The Anunnaki as lofty lords to serve. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Told you I was going to get good. I don't know if you know it. I don't know. It's getting good. This your religious system. You are bound by religion. You were told that you had been worshiping God. You was told that if you did something bad, you're going to hell. Lies, lies, lies. The Anunnaki as lofty lords to serve and worship. Secret knowledge to be taught. Secret knowledge to be taught. They ain't teaching that shit to everybody. Secret knowledge to be caught. Civilization to mankind convey. To create 4 regions, 3 for mankind, 1 restricted to the Anunnaki. Okay? So they're talking about the 4 regions that they created. Okay? The 4 regions. Let me pull up the map so y'all can see the 4 regions. I need a better map anyway. I need a map that covers over into Asia. Let's try to use this one. Okay, so they're about to establish 4 regions, okay? The first region will be Enlil's region. This is going to be considered the first region, the Olden lands, okay? This is the first region. Basically, Iraq, Iran, basically Mesopotamia, the Eden. So all of the first region is going to be this area, the Inlandites, the land of the Inlandites, okay? The second region is going to be Ham's land, the land of the Enkites, okay? Africa. Middle East, first region. Africa, second region. The third region is going to be the Indus Valley civilization. If we go this way, that's why I say I needed a bigger map. So, you know, Pakistan, India, that's the Indus Valley region, okay? So that's the third region. The fourth region is here, Tilmoon. This is the place that's off limits to the Earthlings, okay? So I don't know if y'all still taking notes. I hope you is. But Those are the 4 regions that they split up, okay? And that was considered the entirety of the world to them, okay? All right, so the 4 regions. The first region in the olden Edian land to establish for Enlil and his sons to dominate. For Enlil and his sons to dominate. Didn't I tell y'all? Nanar, Ninurta, and Ishkur. Ninurta is worshipped over in Central America, over here in America, South America. Okay? Him and Adad, him and Ishkur is worshipped as Viracocha. Okay? Viracocha, and I think they say Ningazita is Quetzalcoatl. They call Ningazita Quetzalcoatl, and they call Adad, who is Ishkur, Viracocha. Okay? And Ninurta is worshipped as the great protector. Okay? In these lands, and in the Pacific Islands as well. Nanar is worshipped over here as Islam. He is basically Allah. Okay? That's who Nanar is. Okay? So in this land, it was established for Enlil and his sons to dominate. Okay? Yeah, he's Allah. He's the moon god. And see, I was able to bring that because, show people that he was the moon god. He was very fascinated with the moon. And this is why Islam has the crescent moon as its symbol today. Okay? The second region in the land of the 2 narrows thereafter to follow, for Enki and his sons to lord. Okay? So they wanted kingship to go from the first region to the second region, okay? With the 2 other not mingling in a distant land to Inanna grant, okay? So they gave Inanna the 3rd region. I told y'all that's the Indus Valley in Pakistan, right? The 4th region for the Anunnaki alone. Ain't no humans supposed to come on it. This shit is super off limits to any humans, okay? Shit, goddamn flies, some in here. Keep flying around. So this is super off limit to any humans, okay? Till Moon, that's the place of the rocket ships. The 4th region for the Anunnaki alone, the peninsula of the place of the chariots will be. This is the Sinai Peninsula, okay? Oh, I can't wait to travel the world. I can't wait to perform this information from stages. Y'all coming with me. Trust me, I keep telling y'all that. That's the truth. Y'all definitely coming with me. I'm going to make sure everybody getting some money. I'm going to make sure everybody getting something. I'm telling y'all don't, bro, y'all don't see the big picture. Y'all don't see the big picture. Guys, when we build this movement, the UMF going to own 100 businesses. Everybody going to be eating. Because we going to, all the resources that we pool in, we're going to be buying companies and buying land. Buying businesses and buying land. Investing in businesses and buying land. Everybody going to be eating. It's a bigger picture, I'm telling you. Hang in there with Chief, man. Chief got big plans, gang. This shit ain't no joke for me. This the real thing. That's why I be trying to get the help. I be trying to get the resources. The little seeds that y'all planting right now, them bitches going to grow to a big tree. Them little seeds y'all planting right now with this movement. Every time you show some love to the movement, every time you help, I'm telling you right now, that shit gonna grow to a big tree. Now watch this. The people that jumped off the boat, they gonna see us eating good off that big tree. They gonna be like, I used to be in the UMF. I used to be in class too, but you ain't stay consistent. You jumped off. Now you gotta watch us shine. It didn't happen before, guys. Trust me. All of the people in 2009 that talk shit about me, when I was telling them that I'm going to start me a car company and I'm going to be successful in the car business, them same motherfuckers told me, man, keep your job. Man, don't quit your job. Man, you crazy for doing that. You stupid for doing that. Now I don't talk to the motherfuckers, but they have to see me balling out of control when I'm on social media. And they hate that. They hate that. They have to see trailers pulling up to my car lot, dropping off $60,000, $70,000 worth of cars and shit. They hate that. I always prove my haters wrong, G. I never fall short. So when I tell y'all that the UMF is going to be a success, that it's going to rise, that it's going to be a major movement, mark this day and remember this day that I told you this, all right? The land where he roams in those parts of the earth it is. So Enlil to Anu say, before the distant lands, the royal couple went. The Eden and its lands Anu and Antu surveyed. Eridu and Nabruki they visited. Where the cities of the first region were planned, they saw. And Eridu Enlil about Enki complained. So look, everything going good. Now he go Enlil. Enlil like, Dad, can I talk to you over here? Y'all know Enlil a little rat. Enlil called back to Nibiru every time Enki do something. Dad, get what he doing down here now. Yeah, he down here messing up every time. Enlil, man, come on, man, with all the little ratting. So soon as they go to look at the old sites, Enlil pulls Anu to the side. Dad, come here. Dad, come here. I gotta talk to you about Enki, man. What is it now, son? What you got to say now? Dad, Enki keeping the MEs to himself. Y'all know the MEs are computer programs, okay? So if you ever hear me say anything about the MEs, those are computer, I guess it's mechanical engineering. I don't know. But it's some kind of computer program. These computer programs are what they use to build a civilization. It's all the necessary skill sets. I don't know how the technology works, but the MEs are essential to build a healthy civilization, okay? So Enlil is complaining to Anu that Enki don't want to share the MEs, okay? The ME formulas to himself Enki is keeping. Anu on the seat of honor seated. Words of praise to Enki, he said, my son, for himself, a magnificent house has he built. Beautifully on a platform it is raised. To the people that surrounds the house and serves, great knowledge Enki will give. Now, the knowledge that in the MEs is secreted with other Anunnaki must be shared. Embarrassed was Enki. To share with all the divine formulas to Anu he promised. So there you go, man. He done ratted on my boy. Enki ain't want to share this shit. You know why Enki ain't want to share it? Because that's the little bit of power that he had left. Like they been fucking over Enki since he first got there. Come on now. You remember when he first got there and Enki wanted to be in the Eden? And Anu gave the Eden to Enlil and told Enki to go down to the hot ass Abzu. Fucked over my boy then. Right? They always give my boy the short end of the stick. When they found out that he had sons down here, they talked shit about him, right? Always giving my boy the short end of the stick, right? So here we go again. You know, Enki trying to hold on to the little leverage he do got. And now I knew to say, hey, share that with your brother. You got to share that with your brother and the others, okay? So Enki did what a good son do. He obeyed his father. He promised Anu in the ensuing day, he promised Anu that he would share the formulas. In the ensuing days in skyships traveling, Anu and Antu, the other regions surveyed. Then on the 17th day to Ununki, the royal couple returned for one more night of rest. Tomorrow, when the younger Anunnaki, before Anu and Antu came for a blessing, Anu to his great-granddaughter Inanna took a liking. He drew her closely. He hugged and kissed her. He just hugged and kissed the guy. He didn't pour his phallus. He didn't pour his phallus into her. You know what I'm saying? That's his granddaughter. He just hugged and kissed her, okay? He just hugged and kissed her. Let all my words heed to the congregated, he announced. To this place, after we leave, as a dowry to be given to Inanna. Okay? So the grand palace that they built for Anu and Antu, they giving it to Inanna. Inanna spoiled as hell, bro. She spoiled. So they giving her a whole motherfucking temple and abode over in the first region. Okay, I want y'all to keep up with that. They giving her, now keep in mind, she's got her own region. But Anu has gifted her a temple in this region, okay? In which the earth shall survey to Inanna be my present. So that was a present to Inanna. Joyed, Inanna began to twerk and sing. Don't you play? They say Inanna began to dance. I'm telling you, she was twerking. If you know Inanna like me, she was twerking. I'm trying to tell you. Joyed, Inanna to dance and sing began. Her praises of Anu as hymns in times to come were chanted. Thereafter bidding farewells. To the Anunnaki for the lands beyond the oceans, Anu and Antu departed. Okay, so now Anu and Antu is headed over to the Americas. Okay, because they want to see the facilities that they got in America. Remember we talked about Peru? Well, this is just a map, my love. You can get a screenshot of this map. So now they headed over to the Americas. Right, to go and see the installations in Peru, but also to go and see the installation at the Grand Canyon. All right. Anu and Antu departed. Enlil and Enki, Ninurta and Ishkur went with them to the Golden Land. They called it the Golden Land. Huh? How you like that? To impress Anu the king with the great golden riches, Ninurta an abode for Anu and Antu built. Its stone blocks to perfection cut, with pure gold inside were covered. A golden enclosure with flowers of carnelian stones carved. The royal couple awaited. By the shore of the great mountain lake was the abode erected. Okay, so we got to figure out where that, I got to go find that abode. It's right next to Lake Titicaca. Okay. There is gold here, enough for many shards to come, Anu satisfied said. Boy, you know how happy Anu get about that gold. You know how happy Anu get. Anu say, damn. It's some gold in this bitch. Because I do been finessing, man. Nibiru been fixed. Nibiru been fixed. I knew been finessing them boys to keep that gold coming. To a place nearby, Ninurta to Anu and Antu an artifice mound showed. How to a place for melting and refining metals it was made, Ninurta explained. How a new metal from stones was extracted, he showed them. Anunnaki made, he called it. How by combining it with the abundant copper, a strong metal he invented. Okay, steel. They talking about steel, guys. You heard me? They talking about how they created steel. On the great lake from whose shore the metals came, Anu and Antu sailed. The lake of Anak, he called it. Henceforth, this was the name. Check this out. Now, y'all want to know where Marduk was at? Y'all want to know where Marduk was at? Y'all remember that I gave y'all that first clue? Remember when they said Marduk was exiled to the lands where horned beasts was hunted? And I told y'all that in the Americas, we hunt horned beasts. We hunt buffaloes, we hunt bisons, we hunt deer, okay? Gotta get my mouth right here. I don't mind using this one. pay no attention to this up here. I'm just using this map. I'm going to just use this map because I didn't want to go looking for one too deep. Okay, this is where they at, guys. Okay? This is South America. Okay? This is where they at. Down here in Peru. So they in Peru right now looking at the gold mining installations, taking a look at everything. So listen to this. Listen. Then from the lands in the north, come on now, listen up. Then from the lands in the north, the lands where great horned beasts are hunted, they down here, they say, then what's north? What is north? Huh? What? Then from the lands in the north where the great horned beasts are hunted, Marduk before his father, Enki and his grandfather Anu came. Marduk was in America. Somebody say North Africa. Man, get out of here, bro. Say, fam, burn scripts. Don't come in here and just interrupt our class, fam. You're not a part of the class. You don't even know what's going on. Like, bro, y'all got to stop doing this. Stop jumping into people's lives as if you know what's going on. This is a classroom. These people are in class. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. This nigga talking about North Africa. We over in the Americas. This is why we don't let these people in. Okay? Join the course if you want to be a part of the course, man. Join this course if you want to be a part of it. Come to learn. Okay? Come to learn. I'm talking about some North Africa. Come on, bro. Come on, fam. You got to do better than that, fam. You got to do better than that. You got to get out of the way. You in the way. Man was in America. And man was in North America. That's how they be. That's why I get so pissed off, guys. Because I promote this shit out to TikTok all the time. But these goofy ass people, they'll ignore your content. They'll ignore all of the shit when you telling folks about class. When you telling folks that I teach. This is what we do. This is what we do. Then they want to pop in this motherfucker. Oh, I just popped in your live. This is my first time seeing your live. Well, guess what? I don't have time to explain to you who I am and what I do. So either you go do your research on who I am and what I do or get to stepping. That's what they want you to do. Every time a new baby brain come through the door, they want you to stop and explain to them what you talking about, what you doing. We not doing that. That's why I built an exclusive space. I built a space that says either you a member or you not. If you're not a member, don't worry about what we talking about. It ain't for you. If you're not a member, don't worry about what we talking about. It ain't for you. I'm not finna go back and explain them. I'm not finna prove nothing to you. If I don't got my members, I ain't on TikTok no more. Trust me. So Marduk was in America, gang. He was exiled to America. Now let me talk to y'all about something they said about Satan. Right? I was told old Satan went to and fro. Oh, you in good hands, D-Lynn. You know, you family, mom. Time when he went over into Europe. This when he started fucking with the whites. Started training the whites. Told you, man, you can't fuck with Marduk. Marduk helped them people. Marduk bestowed kingship on them people. Marduk bestowed kingship. How you think Queen Elizabeth became Queen Elizabeth? Yeah, I just told y'all getting ready to see, listen, y'all getting ready to see the Anunnaki bestow kingship on the first earthly. And that was a black man. The kingship was bestowed upon the black race first, the melanated race. So how the fuck these white folks become king? These white folks from the mountain. These white folks from the cave. They didn't grow up in civilization. How did they get the crown? See, people don't be doing the proper research, man. Motherfuckers think these people been royal. Boy, these people ain't been royal. Man, Man, go do your research, man. You better go do some research on the black nobility war. That's just like these fucking idiots on here. I'm getting so tired of these idiots speak about the black nobility. They hear the term black nobility and they think it's some kind of evil entity force. Black nobility were the black royals. That's all that was. Black kings. But niggas is so ate up with the Willie Lynch that they would rather make up a story that the black kings are the reason we were enslaved. Goofy ass people. That's why I left them. That's why I left them other people, bro. Yeah, the black nobility, man. It was the Moors that sold us out. Get your dumb ass out of here. Ain't no Moors sell us out. Go do the proper research, man, so you know the truth. That's the shit that be pissing me off. This is what it looked like when you do 18 years of learning. Then you got to be out here amongst baby brains who ain't put in 2 months. And the baby brain with 2 months out here calling himself a teacher. Yeah, I'm a teacher, man. You know, I'll be... Boy, shut up. You ain't no teacher. You don't know what the hell you talking about. You misleading these folks. So let me get back to it, baby. Marduk is in the Americas. He was exiled to the Americas, okay? Enki and his grandfather Anu came. Nabu, his son, was with him. When Enki inquired about Sarpenian, Marduk, with sorrow of her death, told them, I don't like Marduk, but I hate to hear that Sarpenian passed away. She was a good sister. Pour out some liquor for Sarpenian. So my boy Marduk over this bitch without his wife, man. Marduk a whole single father out here. Marduk out here a whole single father. It's just him and Nabu. They out here like the father and son on The Pursuit of Happiness. Y'all ever seen that movie? Y'all seen that Will Smith movie, The Pursuit of Happiness? That's Marduk and Nabu, nigga, trying to survive. It's rough out here. Now, Nabu alone with me has remained. To his father and grandfather, Marduk said, Anu pressed Marduk to his chest. Enough, you have been punished, to him he said. With his right hand on Marduk's head, Anu forgave Marduk. Another human moment. Did that sound like a fucking alligator creature? Huh? Or did that sound like somebody's granddaddy? Right? Anu hold him to his chest. He said, grandson, you've been punished enough. Told y'all these were no mythical, magical creatures. These was humans, man. These are humans movements, okay? From the golden place high in the mountains, all who had gathered to the plain below went. From the golden place high in the mountains, all who had gathered to the plain below went. There stretching to the horizon, Ninurta, a new place for the chariots, has prepared. Anu and Antu's celestial chariot stood there, ready with the gold to the brim it was loaded. Damn. So look, I knew them getting ready to leave. I knew say before I go, man, fill my shit up with some gold. I knew say, look, I'm finna get up out of here, but man, y'all throw some of that gold in that motherfucker. I ain't come down here for nothing. I knew I ain't gonna even wait. Listen, let me tell y'all why I'm laughing. Because y'all know they got transport. They got transport that transport the gold from Earth to Nibiru. Nigga, I knew so gold hungry, he don't even want to wait on the transport. I knew say, don't worry about it. I got this load. Put this load up in there with me. Two, like, why you putting all that shit up in here? I ain't even got no room for me to sit. I knew like, woman, shut up. I knew up there filling that gold up, man. Come on now. To the brim it was loaded. As the time for departing came, I knew to his children words of goodbye and guidance said, whatever destiny for the earth and the earthlings intended, let it so be. If man, not Anunnaki, to inherit the earth is destined, let us help destiny. Give mankind knowledge up to measure secrets of the heaven and earth, teach them. Laws of justice and righteousness, teach them. Then leave. Depart and leave. Come on, now that's why I fuck with the Anunnaki. See, y'all got to understand something. Don't judge the Anunnaki by what evil-ass Marduk did or evil-ass Inanna. Don't judge them by that. Because the Anunnaki was righteous people. We might not like Enlil, but he was righteous. He was righteous. He might not like him. I don't like the way he moved. Enki was definitely righteous. Ninmal, definitely righteous. Anu say teach him. Give him the game. Give him the secrets to measure heaven and earth. Put the wisdom on them, then leave. Get out of their way. But the greed is what caused Marduk to want to rule over us. Marduk say he wanted to be the king of a planet, so he couldn't be the king of Nibiru, so he made sure he was king of earth. And I'm telling y'all, they took one of them presidents to meet him. I told y'all, not Eisenhower, it was what president I told y'all it was? I think it was. Let me look it up right quick. Yeah, Truman. Thank you, my love. Shout out to Pink. Pink in the building. Truman. Shout out to Pink. Pink in the building. She remembered that. Yeah, it was Truman. It was Truman. They took Truman to meet the king of earth. I got to find that video. But I swear to God, I remember them saying that in the video. And I was like, the king of earth. And I was thinking about the royal family. I was like, nah, they ain't talking about the king. They ain't talking about the royal families. At that time, I wasn't on this level. And I was like, oh, shit, they talking about the devil. That's how my mind was at that time. Because I wasn't on this level. I was like, oh, they took that nigga to meet the devil. That's what the king of earth was. Yeah, come on. That's where they at. That's where they at, Leandrio. On everything I love, that's where they at. So, yeah, man, we got a lot of work to do. It's a lot to cover to bring some of this stuff to the light, man. Let me finish up. Let's finish up strong, gang. We done had a pretty decent class today. Let's finish it up strong. Once more, they hugged and embraced and kissed. From the new chariot place, Anu and Antu from Nibiru left. The first to break the sorrowed silence was Marduk. With anger were his words. God damn, Marduk. This nigga been banished for 5,000 years. His wife done died. And the first words about finna come out his mouth is words of anger. Listen to this. What is this new place of the celestial chariots? Of the others, an explanation he demanded. What after my exile without my knowledge has transpired? Hold on, Marduk. You was exiled, my nigga. You don't have no say-so. Like, you got fired, my nigga. You got fired. Why is the nigga that got fired out here still asking about the job? Right? When Enki of the decisions about the 4 regions to Marduk told, Marduk's fury knew no bounds. That nigga was pissed off. When that nigga heard, listen, when Marduk heard that Inanna got her own land, that Ninurta got his own land, that Ningazita running his land now, woo, boy, that nigga was pissed off. He was throwing shit. He was turning over tables. Y'all did what? Y'all gave who? What? Why will Inanna, who was the cause of Dumuzi's death, get her own region? My boy say Inanna was the cause. Listen, you gotta love it. Marduk say Inanna was the cause of Dumuzi's death. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. The decisions have been made. They cannot be altered, Enlil said to Marduk. And separate skyships to the Eden and its adjoining land they returned. Them niggas rode in them niggas had to ride back in different cars, in different spaceships. Cause Enlil ain't want to be in the same spaceship with Marduk. They would have got to fight. So they go back in separate spaceships to the Eden and its adjoining lands they returned. Sensing trouble, Enlil asked Ishkur to stay behind. This is how he became a god. I mean, this is how he became Viracocha. Right? So y'all just read that. Sensing trouble, Enlil asked Ishkur to stay behind, to stay in South America. This is how Ishkur became Viracocha. Okay? Because he ended up staying behind and helping out with the South American installations. Okay? Over the goal to keep watch. To commemorate Anu's visit, a new count of time passage was introduced. By Earth years, not by Nibiru, Shars, what was on Earth to be counted. In the age of the bull, to Enlil dedicated was the count of Earth years, all right? So they in Taurus. So let me show y'all real quick. They are in Taurus, right? In Taurus, right? This is how the Anunnaki keep time, guys. This is the Mayan calendar as well. If y'all don't know it, this is also the Mayan calendar. And I'm sorry, but it wasn't a Mayan calendar, okay? Once again, I saw my screen glitching, so let me say this again. This is how the Anunnaki keep time, okay? This is a greater zodiac map. It keeps time in processions of 25,000 years and 25,000 year processions, okay? But this is also what the Mayan calendar is. But unfortunately, we keep calling it the Mayan calendar. It was never the Mayans' calendar. The Mayans didn't build it. They simply found it, okay? The Olmec had that calendar, and the Olmec, who are the Shi Amuru, came over to this land with Ningazita. Okay, so that map that the Olmec had, they got it from the Anunnaki. Okay, but this is the greater zodiac map. It is measured in 25,000 year processionals. And these 25,000 year periods, let me see. So every 25,000 year, we get a new cycle. Okay, so this is where we get this concept, like we just said, we just entered the age of Aquarius. This is where we at, okay? We just entered Aquarius here. As you can see, this is the golden yuga. So we are in a golden era. If you wonder why we've been so happy about it, we are in the golden era, gang. It's beautiful, okay? It's going to be beautiful, okay? It's going to be some trials and tribulation too. But here's Aquarius right here. But this is what time it is right now, okay? So this is long before, as you can see, we here, this is here, okay? Now, I did a class on this, and I'll do another class on this. I'll explain to y'all how this works. Don't worry. I got a class coming up on this. But I wanted y'all to show that this is the time of the bull, Taurus, okay? Now, this is Aries. Now, this was Marduk's. Marduk was an Aries, okay? So Marduk is going to want to rule so bad, but he's going to want to rule during Enlil's era, okay? In which Enki gonna keep telling him, son, just be patient, your time coming, which was Aries, okay? So I just wanted y'all to understand what they mean when they say the time of the bull. This was the time of the bull. They was in Taurus, okay? When to the Eden, the leaders returned, the place of the first civilized region, how to make bricks from mud, the Anunnaki taught the earthlings there to build their cities with, okay? So then the Anunnaki taught them how to make bricks out of mud, okay? Now, the Anunnaki buildings were not made out of mud brick. The Anunnaki abodes were made out of stone masonry. But to separate them from the earthlings, because you know Anunnaki is another level, the earthlings haven't earned the right to live in a stone mason building, so they're going to live in mud brick huts. I may have an example of that. Let me see. All right, here we go, guys. So this is what the earthlings would have lived in their cities. Look at that. Ancient Mesopotamia, houses and homes. All right, which is not bad. Not bad at all. Good little old muck. That's better than living outside on the goddamn ground. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they taught the earthlings how to build. These mud hut homes. Okay? Once again, that's how you know that the pyramids, they have nothing to do with earthlings, because that's stone masonry. Earthlings wasn't allowed. The earthlings moved into the pyramids long after the Anunnaki was gone, gang. I keep trying to tell y'all, they telling y'all that the Egyptian civilization started in 3100 BC. No, my nigga, that's when the earthlings were allowed to move in, and that's when the Anunnaki had moved on, and the earthlings had been allowed to move into these spaces. So humanity is trying to teach y'all about the time that the earthlings were given these spaces. Okay, not all the time before. They leaving out all that time that took place before because they don't want to tell y'all the truth. Okay, they want to hide the rulers. They want to hide the rulers. But where once cities of the Anunnaki alone had stood, now cities for both them and the earthlings now arose. Therein, new cities for the great Anunnaki sacred precincts were consecrated. Therein, the Anunnaki with lofty abodes were provided. Temples by mankind were they called. Did I tell you? The big, large abodes, they were called temples. And what do you do? What did humans do in a temple? The Anunnaki lived in lofty abodes. Temples by mankind they were called. What do man do in a temple? Worship. Worship. That's offerings. That's worship. 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 I hope it's clear to y'all now. This is a blessing to get this information. Don't be afraid to find out that, you know, we've been worshiping these Anunnaki all the time. It's a blessing. God is meant for you to get this information. So now you know. Now you know. Why you think Yahshua said we're going to turn the temple? Why you say Yahshua said I'm going to destroy the temple? Because Yahshua, let me tell y'all something about Yahshua. Just like y'all like Galzu, a Galzu came to Yahshua. A Galzu came to Yahshua. And he knew in his job, Yahshua's job was to teach man about the true creator, the creator of all. So we can give proper honor to the creator and we can know how to live properly within the system of the creator. The story of Yahshua coming up, it's coming. I usually do it after the course. once we finish, once we get towards the end, because the end of it will be closer towards the biblical Christ times. So I usually do it then. So please be here. I did it before. I actually did it before. I thought Kanayo had heard it before, but he actually said that he didn't. So hopefully my brother is around when I do the story of Yahshua, so he can hear about who Yahshua really is, okay? Temples by mankind were they called. Therein the Anunnaki as lofty lords. Come on, G. I can't do it without you, mama. I cannot. Not without you, cat. Without all my goddesses. I need all y'all in here. Anunnaki as lofty lords were served in worship. Anunnakis as lofty lords were served in worship. You've been praying to the Anunnaki the whole time, gang. You just use the term God. See, when people use the term God loosely, like, who is God? You got to start asking yourself, well, who is God? Who is God? You talk about God, I'm praying to God. Well, who is God? For all you know, you praying to a man. Yeah, show you right. Come on with it, brother Sherm. I'm going to the galaxy. If you with me, I'm going there too, Sherm. Let's go. Lofty lords were served and worshiped. By number ranks were they honored. By number ranks were they honored. The heirship to mankind made to know. Anu was given the heavenly rank of 60. Okay? So this is the number rankings, the system of the lofty lords that was placed upon them. Okay? Anu got the highest rank of 60. The number 60, 60. Enlil was given the 50 rank. Okay, so Enlil is right up under Anu. So Enlil got 60 rank. Anu got 60 rank. Enlil got 50 rank. Okay. Of Ninurta, his foremost son, did Enlil bestow the same rank. Must be good to be the firstborn. Enlil gave his son Ninurta the same rank of 50. So he equal with his dad. His dad run the show. So Ninurta is now equal with his dad. But what about Enki? They gave Anu 60. They gave Enlil 50. They gave Ninurta 50. I know they're going to give Enki a 50, right? Of course, right? Next in succession was the Lord Enki. The rank of 40 he held. 40? 40? They gave my boy a funky 40. They gave my boy a funky 40 like he was an old Instagram thot. A funky 40. This man is the whole reason this shit happened, man. Did him dirty ill. They did my boy dirty, man. That's the disrespect. They gave my boy a 40 rank. He the whole reason that this shit came together. Every part of it. That nigga Enlil ain't do shit. That's why I was like, now I'm back to not liking Enlil. Enlil ain't do a fucking thing here. But sexually assault Sud. That's all he did. He ain't do a goddamn thing here, and he running around with a 50 rank. That's all he did was boss motherfuckers around. Enki did all the work. He built up the first settlements. Now, see, I see why Enki turned on these people, man. I see why. So they disrespected Enki, gave him a rank of 40. To Nanar, the son of Enlil, and Ninlil, the rank of 40 he held. Ooh-wee. Smack in the face. They done ranked the nigga Nanar 40, just like, come on now. That's disrespectful. They done gave Nanar a rank of 40. That's disrespectful. Oh, I'm sorry. No, they didn't. Hold on, let me read that again. Next in succession was the Lord Enki, the rank of 40 he held. To Nanar, the son of Enlil and Ninlil, the rank of 40 he held. Somebody might have made a mistake. To Nanar, the son of Enlil, and the rank of 30 was the son. Okay, yeah, that must have been a mistake. So Nanar was given 30 because what I'm reading, it said he was given 40. But then right up under it, it said he was given 30. So that might have been a typo, okay? To his son and his successor, Utu, Nanar got a twin son and twin daughter, Utu and Inanna, okay? They gave Utu the rank of 20. The other Anunnaki leaders were given the rank of 10, okay? So like all the other Anunnaki sons like Jibble and Nergal, everybody else got the rank of 10, okay? Now the women didn't get no ranking. They only ranked the men. I'm sorry, ladies. I think they did give a ranking to the women. The female Anunnaki and spouses were shared. Yeah, I think let me read that one more time. 10 as a number ranked to the other Anunnaki leaders, sons was granted. Ranks by the 5 between the female Anunnaki and spouses. So they gave them 5. So all the female Anunnaki and the spouses, they had the rank of 5. When after Eridu and Nabruki and their temple abodes were completed, in Lagash, the Gersu precinct for Ninurta was built. His black sky bird he kept there. Ininu, house of 50. Ooh, that boy flexing. So my boy Ninurta built a new abode in what they call Lagash, and he called it House of 50. It's 50. 50 cent, House of 50. He flexing. Was a temple abode for Ninurta, and Baal, his spouse, called. The supreme hunter and supreme smiter, weapons as a gift of Anu, the Ininu protected. Where Sipar before the deluge had been, on top of the mud soil, Utu, a new Sipar established. In Ibabar, the shining house, an abode for Utu and his spouse was raised. From there, for mankind, laws of justice promulgated. Where, because of silt mud, the olden plans could not be followed, new sites were chosen. Adab, a site from Sharubak, not distant, for Nehersag as a new center was made. The house of succor and healing, knowledge was her temple abode therein named. The MEs of how the earthlings were fashioned, Nehersag and its holy shrine kept. For Nanar, a city with straight street canals and wharves was provided. Urium was its name. House of the throne seed was its temple abode called. The moon's beams to the lands it reflected. That boy love that moon. That's it, Allah. Ishkurs to the mountain lands of the north returned. The house of 7 storms, his abode was called. Inanna and Unu Ki resided. In the abode by Anu bequeathed to her she dealt. Marduk and Nabu and Eridu dwelt. In the Eden, their own abodes they did not have. Pope Marduk. Everybody got a new crib. Everybody got new temples. Guess who ain't got a new temple? Marduk. Guys, Marduk had to go stay with his dad. Imagine that. Imagine once being a king, losing your throne, and then coming back and not even having a fucking place to go to and having to sleep on the couch at your dad's house. You used to be a whole king. And now you at your dad's house with your son. You know Enki up in that clown. You know, every time Enki hears some footsteps going toward the refrigerator, who that is? Always in the damn refrigerator. Man, Dad, I'm just getting something to drink. Nigga, you need to get a job. Right? So Marduk had to go back and live with Dad, man. Everybody got a new abode, man. Marduk had to go back as a single father. He up in that bitch with Nabu, struggling. Trying to get some EBT. Trying to get some government assistance or something. Now, y'all know Marduk ain't gonna go for this for too long. Marduk up in Enki house trying to be quiet as a mouse. Had to come back and stay with his dad, man. That's funny to me. That's what we're gonna stop at today. We're gonna stop right there, guys. It's been a good class. It's been a fun one. That's what we're gonna stop. But, woo! We covered some shit today. We covered some shit today, guys. Ain't no cap in my rap. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. Okay? If we got any questions, if we got anybody want to drop any questions, if I can expound, feel free. Okay? If we got anybody here that ended up hiding long enough and support and was in here listening, if you want to show some love to the live, if you want to support the movement, if you want us to include you going forward, make sure you show some love to the UMF. Okay? Be a UMF donor. Be a UMF donor. Shit, even if you just say, okay, man, I'm going to donate $5 here and there. Be a donor. I'll bring you in. Because we halfway through a class. I don't mind allowing you to come in here and get some of this game. But show some love to the family, though. Okay? Show some love to the family. $ UniMailFam1212. $UniMailFam1212. Hit us up. Show us some love. Let us know you care about what we're doing. Okay? And if I feel the love, I'm going to keep bringing you around. I'm going to allow you to come in and hang out, okay? Thank you, my sister G. If you do decide to donate, if you do decide to show some love, please leave your TikTok profile name in the memo section so I can reach out to you and let you know that I'm grateful for the love you showed, okay? Appreciate it, Pink. I had a good time too. So the descendants of Cain and Marduk seeded the original melanated people in the land. Wrong. Wrong, my brother. Wrong, my brother. I love you, Kanayo, but I don't know where you get that one from, my brother. The descendants of Cain became the American Indians. And also the Pacific Islanders, and also the Himalayan Asiatics, okay? So Cain is the father of the Asiatic races. I know you heard people talk about black people being Asiatics, okay? Cain is the father of Asiatics. The Asiatics traveled from the Himalayas all the way around to the Pacific Islands. When they got to the Pacific Islands, they went on to come on into the Americas. And the Americas is where they became the American Indians, okay? Some of them went to South America, some of them went to North America. Marduk did not see none of these people. Ain't none of us got nothing to do with Marduk, okay? Just Cain, my brother, just Cain, okay? What was the time period of that rule? Thoth ruled from... I'm going to get you that timeline too, guys. Like I said, I got to work on it tonight. Thoth ruled from 8670 BC all the way up into what we about to learn now, because now Marduk is back. Marduk is back, and he going to want his land, okay? So he ruled from 8600 BC, I would say from 8600 BC to maybe 3500 or so. Somewhere between 3100 and 3500. Somewhere between there, okay? So if you want to write that down, that might be best for to write that down, okay? Somewhere between 31 and 3,500, okay? But yeah, Cain seeded the tribes that became, and they are descendants of him, meaning that he had sons and daughters that had sons and daughters that had sons and daughters that had sons and daughters, sons and daughters, so forth, so forth, so forth. So the American Indian and the mound builders are more than likely descendants of that lineage, okay? Because from Cain, many nations came. From Cain, many nations grew, okay? So he is the father of the Asiatics. Cain is the father of the Asiatic races, which became the Pacific Islanders, which became some of the American Indian tribes. All right. That's why we share phenotypical similarities with the Pacific Islanders as opposed to the Africans. We don't look like Africans, but we look just like the Pacific Islanders. So I always show y'all pictures of the Pacific Islanders and what y'all say. Oh yeah, that look like my auntie. Oh yeah, that look like my uncle. And then I show y'all pictures of the Africans and y'all be like, them don't look nothing like us. Like, not dissing them. We just got a rounder shaped face. Our eyes are rounder. Their bone structure is really like sharp and obtuse. Ours is more fuller. So we share phenotypical similarities with Pacific Islanders as opposed to the Africans. All right. So yeah, like I say, man, if you want to keep being in here with us, if you hide in here and you want to keep rolling with us, show some love to the family, tap in with the family, show the love. All right. We're going to be back tomorrow getting it in, all right? I'm going to see y'all tomorrow for that Friday night class. We're going to ride out like this, though, baby. Let's get it. I remember the other day I was talking to y'all about where Atlantis was located at. I told y'all about Mauritania, and I told y'all about the rickshaw structure and Mauritania located right here. Here's the actual location of the island of Atlantis. Look how close it is to Mauritania. See what I'm saying? We're going to do some more on that. As Mauritania would be right there with my finger at. They go to the island of Atlantis. Rolled right into the rickshaw structure. We're going to do some more on that, though. If you're into meditating, use this breathing meditation, okay? If you into meditation, learn this Fibonacci breathing sequence. Inhale for 13 seconds, exhale for 13 seconds. Inhale for 8 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5, for 3, 2, 1. I do this process in my meditation, okay? I use this breathing exercise in my meditation, okay? If you guys want to screenshot that and use it, feel free. It could be useful. Okay, this is one of my breathing exercises that I do. That's a very important thing to do, guys. If you're working out, make sure you're doing some meditation and some breathing exercises. Okay, all of this stuff is very helpful for you. Okay, I'm finna get up out of here, gang. It's been fun, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.